नमो आचार्य पादाय निताय कृपा प्रदायिने गौरकथा धामदाय नगर ग्राम तारिणे नमो ओम विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण प्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा. So now we are in the Dhyana Yoga chapter where Arjuna was asking, after Krishna explained Dhyana Yoga, Arjuna is rejecting. Mind is very difficult to control, so it's very mind controlling system will not work for me. And then after that, but Krishna is telling, okay, Abhyasa and all this Vairagya, it may become successful. But actually, it's very rare, Prabhupada is mentioning. And then by Krishna consciousness, mind control is very, very easy. Controlling the mind is very easy in Krishna consciousness. So that's also mentioned. There is a process of mind control in purports, Prabhupada is mentioning. How Krishna conscious can be easy process, mind control. Then Arjuna says that what will happen to a person who has taken up to the transcendental path and then he didn't become successful, then Arjuna Krishna is telling it will always be auspicious for him. He will not be getting lost material and spiritually, both material and spiritually. He will be benefited only. He'll be born in the new yogi will be born in either righteous family or he will be born in rich family. So that he and if it's advanced yogi, he'll be born in Goswami family or very, very spiritually advanced transcendental Acharya family. So in this way, so Prabhupada is mentioning that such Acharya family, I was very fortunate to be born in such advanced devotee family, even though it is getting deteriorated. Even in India, many great families are there, but it is deteriorating. But still, I was fortunate, and Bhaktisnan Saraswati Thakur, he was fortunate to be born to Bhaktivinoda Thakur. So in this way, Prabhupada is mentioning how the very advanced yogi, he will take birth in such families. And okay, then after taking birth, what will happen to him? That is the thing which is continued here. So here, on taking such a birth, he revives the divine consciousness of his previous life. Like how we'll see that Jadabharata example only given, like how even though he became a deer, still he remembered his previous life. So he again tries to make further progress in order to achieve the complete success. So in case due to any reason, if there is a fall down, it is not going to be a fall down at all. Very, very simple question to ask. Oh, that person fell down, the devotee fell down. There's no meaning in falling down in Bhakti Yoga, especially in Krishna consciousness. There is absolutely no meaning of falling down. Okay. So what is, you're walking in the street. You've fallen down. Now what will you do? You'll try to get up, you'll just remove all the dust, everything, and you'll continue to walk, right? Or you're fallen down. Then you say, oh, I am fallen, and eternally you will be there without getting up. You'll get up and walk. Same way in Krishna consciousness also. If a person is fallen, he will not eternally be fallen, because Krishna also blesses him with all auspiciousness because he tried for transcendentalism. He'll get up and he'll walk. So he will continue to walk in his next life. Like the Bharata Maharaj, he was the Maharaja of the entire earth, but he lost track, and again he regained in 1 or 2 lifetimes. He regained it. So that is what we are going to see. And next is by virtue of the divine consciousness of the previous life. His previous life will become. He'll continue by divine consciousness of his previous life. What is the divine consciousness of the previous life? If you have material consciousness, then that memory is lost. For example, you're studying LKG, UKG, first standard, second standard, third standard, 10th standard, +2, then, oh, very difficulty, you got a doctorate seat, you became a doctor, you practiced so much, and then you became very senior surgeon and all over India, attended medical conferences, things like that, became old and died. And next life, when that same person is going to be born again in a particular family, then again you will start LKG, UKG, first standard, second standard. Not that from childhood in second standard he knows all the medicines and he can perform surgery. Very, very rare. It's not remembrance of previous life is very little given, and that is by the mercy of Paramatma for a particular reason. Very rare. Very and it's not full knowledge, full thing, full abilities. That so he's not going to revive the divine consciousness of the previous life. It's a material thing. But when you have a divine consciousness in the previous life, any transcendental activity, you've done 1,000 rounds. Next life, your rounds will not start from one, it will start from 1,001. So that is the speciality of Krishna consciousness, where it is carried forward to the next life. In accountancy, there is something called carry forward. So you will carry the balance of the previous month to the next month, carry forward. And that is your opening balance. Same way, spirituality, whatever during closing of a particular life or during death, whatever during the closing, whatever spiritual balance a person is having, transcendental activities. And the next life is a closing balance. During closing balance, it is carried forward to the next life where it will become the opening balance of his account. Whereas materially, anything he has achieved, he has to start from scratch. That is divine consciousness of the previous life. He will revive it and then he will make further progress only. There's no loss. So by virtue of divine consciousness of his previous life, he automatically become attracted to whatever yogic principles he has been following. He'll become attracted and further continue even without seeking them. He may not be going and seeking, or it will just automatically arranged by the supreme will of the Lord, and he will be coming across a situation in which he will continue. Such an inquisitive transcendentalist stands always above ritualistic principles of the scriptures. So transcendental is certainly different from scriptural ritualistic scriptures, that you should know. Ritualistic principles which are mentioned in the scriptures, which are typically material. So this comes under karmi and karma yoga, not even karma yoga, it's karmi, or karma portion of the scriptures. So he is above this. So because he's transcendental. And when yogi engages himself with sincere endeavor in making further progress, being washed from all contaminations, then ultimately achieving perfection. After many, many births of practice, he attains the supreme goal. Like, for example, Bharata Maharaj. Oh. Okay. Can you hear me, Haribol? The internet got disconnected.
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. So, like the example of Bharata Maharaj, not many, many lives. You see, first he was Maharaja Bharata. There only he made progress. After Bharata Maharaja's progress and death, he became a deer. And in one life, he was a deer. And next life, he was born as a son of a Brahmana family. Poor, not so very rich, reasonably poor. And that family was born as a Brahmana boy. And then he acted as Jada. In that life, he achieved perfection. So totally, he took only 3 lives. Some of the yogis who are practicing, because devotion is mixed, then it will quicker. When devotion is not there, if he is practicing only Ashtanga Siddhi Yoga, then many, many baths of practice only he will not take. So, okay, 46, 47, we'll see the gradation later. 43, repeat after me. Jai Srila Prabhupada, Jai Guru Maharaj. Tatra tam buddhi samyogam.
Tatra tam buddhi samyogam
Labate purvadehikam.
labate purvadehikam
Yatate cha tato bhuya.
yatate cha tato bhuya
Samsiddhau kuru nandana.
samsiddhau kuru nandana.
Jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The translation is, see how nicely in the first sloka in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, the Dhritarashtra is refusing to address the Pandavas as Kuru. He always addresses his children as Kurus, and Pandavas are Pandu's sons, and Kurus, my sons, Kurus. But here Krishna so sweetly calling Arjuna as Kurunandana, because this Vamsa where Bhishma and everybody is coming started from Kuru, Maharaja Kuru. Even that Kurukshetra, the word came from this Maharaja Kuru, very righteous king. So he created the Kshetra where religious performance can happen. And at last, Krishna, so sweet, Krishna is calling him as Kurunandana. Okay, many places is called Kurunandana, Ekeha Kurunandana. Earlier in second chapter, third chapter, he keeps calling. Okay, translation. On taking such a birth, he revives the divine consciousness of his previous life. And he again tries to make further progress in order to achieve complete success. O son of Kuru. So, first he will take a birth either in righteous family, a little progress person in righteous family, or in aristocratic family, rich family, Vaishya family. And advanced yogi will be born in Acharya or Goswami family. Now, after taking birth, what he will do? He will revive his divine consciousness. Okay, somebody read the purport.
King Bharata, who took his third birth in the family of a good Brahmana, is an example of good birth for the revival of previous transcendental consciousness. King Bharata was the emperor of the world, and since his time, this planet has been known among the demigods as Bharatavarsha. Formerly, it was known as Ilavrita. The emperor, at an early age, retired for spiritual perfection but failed to achieve success. In his next life, he took birth in the family of a good Brahmana and was known as Jadabharata because he always remained secluded and did not talk to anyone. And later on, he was discovered as the greatest transcendentalist by King Rahugana. From his life, it is understood that transcendental endeavors or the practice of yoga never go in vain. By the grace of the Lord, the transcendentalist gets repeated opportunities for complete perfection in Krishna. Mataji, can you scroll down? Hare Krishna, Mataji. Yes, from his life, it is understood that transcendental endeavors or the practice of yoga never go in vain. But the grace of the Lord, the transcendentalist, gets repeated opportunities for complete perfection in Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Lakshmi. See how beautiful it is, yaar. Whatever we are practicing will never go in vain. Any transcendental endeavor or any transcendental, that will not go waste. By the grace of the Lord, the transcendentalist get repeated opportunities for complete perfection in Krishna consciousness. Never think you will get lost. You have already taken it up and you are in the safe side. So how confident we can feel, how safe we can feel about this. So one example is given about King Bharata. Even though he didn't progress very nicely in that life, he lost it. He didn't lose it totally. So entire we are where we are living, it is called Bharata Varsha, and the name Bharata came from this Bharata Maharaj. They say some in schools and all, they say some bogus stories. Of course, that story is true only, that Sakuntala, Dushyanta and all. So the Sakuntala had a baby and his name is Bharata. No, India is not known as Bharata because of that Bharata. There is a Bharata Maharaj who was very, very great personality. He was a very great personality. And from that personality, we are, the entire Bharata Varsha is named using his name only. And later, when he became son of Brahmana, he still called us Jadabharata only. So, because he always remained in secluded, did not talk to anyone, and he sort of somehow revived it. But later, he was discovered as a great transcendentalist by King Raghugana, even initiated. We discussed it in detail yesterday or day before yesterday class. Day before yesterday, we discussed this in detail, that how Raghugana was taken aback when he heard that this Jadabharata person, I'm not fat, I'm not lean. Actually, I'm spirit soul, I'm not this body. Today, whoever is very greatly as king, tomorrow you may come to the street to lift the palanquin. And I'm lifting the palanquin today. Yesterday, I was a great king of the world. The whole world was known by name, my name, like this. So then he taught him that we are not the body, we are spirit soul. soul. We take many, many births, and each of the birth is so very different based on the previous karma. We attain it, and we get inside this birth death cycle. And once we take up to this Krishna consciousness, then we can get out of this clutches of material existence. So nicely, then the king Raghugana accepted Jadabharata as a spiritual master. In this way, again, he became very famous, and that he made perfection in that. So Krishna will never let us lose what we have gained right now. So never worry. And whether somebody is recognizing me in the temple, they are recognizing, not recognizing me, no need to worry. All whatever you are doing, even little services which you are doing, you're taking one small tulsi leaf and going giving to Krishna. That is also kept account only. In Bhakti Yoga, all everything. And other, what to speak of Bhakti Yoga, 100% it will be. But even other yoga systems, if somebody is following, that is also kept into account. When unless one is trying to escape from material existence, then he is entangled. But if he is trying to escape from material existence using any of the methods, then it is preserved because he is in the right path. Okay. We already saw that Jadabharata in detail, so I'm not diving there. Okay. Bhagavad Gita 6.44. We'll see that. Please repeat. पूर्वाभ्यासेन तेनैव
पूर्वाभ्यासेन
पूर्वाभ्यासेन
तेनैव
तेनैव
क्रियते हि अवशोऽप्यसा
क्रियते हि
क्रियते
यते हि
अवशोऽपि सः
अवसोऽपि सः
जिज्ञासुरपि योगस्य
जिज्ञासुरपि
जिज्ञासुरपि
जिज्ञासोऽपि
योगस्य
योगस्य
शब्दब्रह्माति वर्तते
शब्दब्रह्म
शब्दब्रह्माति वर्तते।
शब्दब्रह्माति वर्तते.
Translation: by the virtue of divine consciousness in his previous life, he automatically becomes attracted to the yogic principles, even without seeking them. Such an inquisitive transcendentalist stands always above the ritualistic principles of the scriptures. We say Sabda Brahman, Sabda Brahma, that Sabda, we say that Pratyaksha, Anumana, Sabda, but even above the scriptures, he is transcendentalist. Okay, somebody start reading the purport.
Advanced yogis are not very much attracted to the rituals of the scriptures, but they automatically become attracted to the yoga principles, which can elevate them to complete Krishna consciousness, the highest yoga perfection. In the Srimad Bhagavatam 3.33.7, such disregard of Vedic rituals by the advanced transcendentalists is explained as follows. Aho batha swapacho ato gariyan यज्जिह्वग्रे वर्तते नाम तुभ्यं तेपुस्तपस्थे जुहुः सश्नुरार्य ब्रह्मानुचुर्नाम गृह्णन्ति येते. O my Lord, persons who chant the holy names of your lordships are far, far advanced in spiritual life, even if born in families of dog eaters. Such chanters have undoubtedly performed all kinds of austerities and sacrifices, bathed in all sacred places, and finished all scriptural studies. The famous example of this was presented by Lord Chaitanya, who accepted Thakur Haridas as one of his most important disciples. Although Thakur Haridas happened to take his birth in a Muslim family, he was elevated to the post of Namacharya by Lord Chaitanya due to his rigidly attended principle of chanting 300,000 holy names of the Lord daily. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And because he chanted the holy name of the Lord constantly, it is understood that in his previous life he must have passed through all the ritualistic methods of the Vedas known as Shabda Brahma. Unless, therefore, one is purified, one cannot take to the principles of Krishna consciousness or become engaged in chanting the holy name of the Lord. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Om Tat Sat. Thank you very much, Sumedha. So, very beautiful purport. Where the advanced yogis are generally not attracted to rituals of the scriptures, where you do this yajna, you will get this result, you do this worship, you get this result. So they don't have any lena dena, okay, I have given take in this world. They are just free from the worldly entanglement. But they automatically get attracted to their own yoga principles, which they did in the last life, which can elevate them to Krishna consciousness. So, disregard to Vedic ritual is sometimes you will see advanced transcendentalist may not be very much following or may not know the details of Vedic rituals. You know which directions you need to see when you take bath in a river? Who knows it? Sometime you may know, sometime you may not know. But that is not the one who's going to make you very high class transcendentalist or not. No, so they disregard it. So here beautiful example is given about a person who is taking up chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra or taking up devotional service to the Lord, and especially who chant the holy name of the Lord, are far advanced in spiritual life. And even if they are born in the family of dog eaters, such chanters have undoubtedly performed all kinds of austerities and sacrifices, bathed in all sacred places, and finished all scriptural studies. So the question may be wondering how it is possible that we are telling a person has performed all kinds of sacrifices, bathed in sacred and finished all the scriptural studies. How such a person can be born in the family of dog eaters? How it is possible? There are two things. One is a transcendental, the acharyas, or there is, I'm going to tell you two things today, very important ones. One is when the Supreme Lord appears, or when the Supreme Lord's pure devotee, Nitya Siddha devotees who descend from the spiritual world, when they appear, there is no right and wrong place for them. Like, for example, take for example the Supreme Lord Krishna. He appeared as Varahadev. Varaha means fog, a hog or pig. So generally an animal which is considered not very high class. Like cow is considered very high class. Everybody is cow, behind cow, 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 cow. But of course we are behind hog also, Varaha avatar. So the cow protection is so much and all that nobody tries to protect a pig, but Krishna took the avatar of pig. That doesn't defame him or bring him low. So this is very important to understand. From anywhere they can appear. There is no right place, filthy place like that. The filthy place become pure when Supreme Lord appears. Hiranyakashipu, in Hiranyakashipu's palace, from the pillar appeared Lord Narasimha. He didn't appear from a very high class in a lotus, beautiful baby is born, and that is Radharani. Like that we say. Every time that beautiful place. No, just break the pillar and he's just out. Like that. So, same way, pure devotees, especially not just pure devotees who are descending from spiritual world, they will make an unholy place into a holy place by appearing in an unholy place. The example is given in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chaitanya Bhagavat. The example of Lord Nityananda Prabhu appearing, that Lord Nityananda Prabhu appeared in Radesh, Radhadesh or Radeshe. That is in Bengal where Ganga doesn't flow. So generally, wherever area the Mother Ganga is flowing, that area is very fertile and also considered very, very pious and good. And wherever the river Ganga is not flowing, that place is considered not very auspicious. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in the bank of river Ganges in Navadvip. Lord Nityananda Prabhu appeared in Ekachakra. In Ekachakra, this river is not there, Ganga Nadi is not there. But just by appearing in that place, he made Ekachakra Dham. Now we say Ekachakra Dham ki jai, like that. But Ekachakra was some almost like a useless place, very dry, there is no river, little pond here and there. Not very auspicious things. So even, and it is written in the scriptures that in Kali Yuga, pure devotees will appear in Milecha families and Yavana families and Kashada families. Chinese, they are called Kashada. So Yavana, we have 64 lakh species of life in 84 lakh species of life, in which 4 lakh species are human varieties. Deva, Ashura, Kinnara, Kimpurusha, Manusha, Yaksha. In this way, many, Kashada, Yavana, Milecha, so many of them. You see Arabians, you see Chinese. Like you see in dog, they all belong to dog family, but you can see Doberman, Pomeranian. They have different types of dogs, Alsatian, like that. But all of them are dogs, same way. In human also, 4 lakh varieties of humans are there. And they may be born anywhere, but that becomes purer because a descended soul is descending there. So here one example, Haridas Thakur is born in a Muslim family. They are generally considered unclean. And they eat cow meat. That is why they are considered merciless. Not very high class family. It's a Yavana family, and even lower than Yavana. Whatever is in India is a mixed breed, not fully Yavana. If you go to Gulf countries, you can see full Yavanas. They have some worship, Mecca, Medina, like that. Some proper worship they have. And this is a mixed thing. Wherever we see, we don't see them like Arabians, but they're looking like Indians, same like us, but actually they eat cow meat and all that. So they somehow degraded. And even if they are born in that family, still, if a person is chanting very nicely, then that's all that is equivalent to performing whatever one has to attain through performing austerity, sacrifices, taking bath in many, many, many holy places, scriptural studies, all finished. So how one will start chanting? By the mercy of pure devotee. So one example I would like to tell, Guru Maharaj regularly quotes this beautiful pastime that Guru Maharaj came to India, and then Prabhupada also came. So Prabhupada told that there is Kumbh Mela. I want to take all of you there. So they all asked, what is Kumbh Mela, Guru Prabhupada? So Prabhupada said that Kumbh Mela is where many religious people will get together. We can preach there, we can distribute prasadam like that. This year also it happened, and we distributed so many lakhs of books, 5 lakh books were distributed free in Kumbh Mela for transcendentalists. Many transcendentalists assembled there like this. So that place, Prabhupada was giving a lecture, and one time one of the Prabhu told, like it is mentioned, one will get Krishna consciousness after performing many, many lifetimes of austerities, sacrifices, bathing in holy places, and various studies of scriptures. After many, many, many years, only he will get Krishna consciousness. So one devotee raised the hand. Guru Maharaj was there, Prabhupada was also there. Prabhupada gave the class. Then one devotee asked the question, Prabhupada, when I see my life throughout from birth, I don't see even one good quality mentioned here. I've never done sacrifice, I've never done austerity, I've never bathed in any holy places, I have not done touched any scriptural studies. How did I get Krishna consciousness? You said that Krishna consciousness is attained by such people. So only Sukriti, great Sukriti, only one can attain. Great Sukriti, not simple Sukriti. Then Prabhupada said, I gave that fortune to you. I made you fortunate. So in this way, pure devotee can share their karma, sukarma to us, transcendental karma, not sukarma, transcendental karma to us, so that we become purified and get elevated. So by the mercy of a pure devotee, even if somebody is born in a very, very low class family, but still it's not every time one somebody may be born in an aristocratic family or in a Goswami family. But still, by the mercy of pure devotee, spiritual master, one will get elevated into a higher platform. So the example given here is about Haridas Thakur. Previous sloka we saw the example of Jada of rebirth and continuing the yoga. And here Haridas Thakur, just by even though born in Muslim family, he became Nama Acharya. He became a spiritual master. Simply by chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra every day. And because he chanted the holy name, and because he chanted the holy name of the Lord constantly, he's understood that in his previous life he must be passed through the ritualistic methods of Vedas, known as. He already passed it. As Brahma, anyway, he has passed it. So anyway, you are passing. There are two possibilities are there. One is from the previous life you have passed. Another is by the mercy of pure duty. So there is a sadhana siddha and kripa siddha. So anyone will attain the siddhis like this. Unless, therefore, one is purified, one cannot take to the principle of Krishna consciousness. This is true. And the purity can come by birth, from practice from previous life, or it may be given by a sharing or donating Sukriti from a pure devotee who's praying for the welfare and upgradation of us. We may have some relatives who is Krishna conscious, who regularly prays that we also should become Krishna consciousness. In this way, the prayers work and the Sukriti exchange works. Somebody. So in this way, by pure devotee, we may come. So it is not just birth alone, but he may mostly he'll continue from previous life. And some examples are given about one is Jadabarada, another is Haridas Thakur. Haridas Thakur, he is even though born in Muslim family, he approached Advaita Acharya, took shelter of him and spiritual master. Advaita Acharya is the spiritual master of Advaita Haridas Thakur. Even though born in a Muslim family in Bangladesh, he traveled and crossed across Ganga and he was roaming here. And then at last he ended up with the shelter of Advaita Acharya and took shelter just nearby village, and he used to always be there with Advaita Acharya. So originally speaking, Advaita Acharya is Mahavishnu and Haridas Thakur is Lord Brahma. So actually in that Bhagavatam also we can see that Brahma spiritual master is Vishnu. Garbhodara Sai Vishnu is the spiritual master. So correct only. And the disciple is Brahma. And so Haridas Thakur and Advaita Acharya always a pair. And Vishnu and Brahma are always a pair. Garbhodara Sai Vishnu. And of course Mahavishnu also. They are a pair. Mahavishnu also appeared for Brahma. Why Mahavishnu? Supreme abode is shown to Brahma. So like that, so he has already crossed the scriptures. That is why he can enter into Krishna consciousness. We need not go and experience those Karma Kanda scriptures. It is not required. We already has crossed the Vedas. So don't worry, oh, I'm not studying Veda, I'm studying only Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, and that's of Chaitanya Charitamrita, the three books primarily. What Veda, Rigya Veda, Ajur, Atharva Veda. Not required, because already the conclusion of Vedas is there. Because Krishna is telling Vedaischa sarvairahameva Vedya Vedanta Krit Vedavit eva chaham. I am to be known by all the Vedas. That Krishna is telling. Okay. So this is about another example of Haridas Thakur. So there are three things. One is rebirth is only explained here. So Haridas Thakur already crossed the scriptures. So even though he is born in Muslim family, he got the opportunity he was elevated to the post of Namacharya by Lord Chaitanya. So who made him Namacharya? Lord Chaitanya made Namacharya due to his rigidly attended principles of chanting 300 thousands of holy name of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This mantra, when we chant, we become qualified. That is a speciality. Even sometimes we may feel I'm not born in aristocratic family, nor I'm born in good family, religious family, all broken, and I'm not born in Acharya or Goswami family. So I'm fallen soul, I'm totally lost person. I suddenly came across Krishna consciousness. So what is my status? Yes, you can become Kripa Siddha by the mercy of spiritual master, by the mercy of Acharyas, previous Acharyas like Srila Prabhupada. We are going to get that mercy from them, which is Sukriti. They'll share it and elevate us to equal to this kind of personalities, so that we can also nicely progress, provided we are determined, provided we are rigidly attended the principles of chanting. So this is very, very important. Hare Krishna. So now we go to the next verse. No, please hold on. Please hold on. One second. 1 second. I'll move. Haribol, Hare Krishna. Sorry. So we'll see this one verse. The next two verses come together, and it's very important. So we'll read this one. What's the time? Okay, no problem. Bhagavad Gita 6.45. Please repeat. Prayatnat yatamanastu yatamanastu
Prayatnat
Prayatnat
etamanastu
yogi samsuddha kilbisha
yogi
Yogi
samsuddha
Kilbisha
kilbisha
aneka janma samsiddhas
aneka
Aneka
janma samsiddhas
tato yati param gatim.
Tato
tato
Yati
yati
Paragatim.
param gatim.
Translation: and when the yogi engaged himself with a sincere endeavor in making further progress, being washed of all contaminations, then ultimately achieving perfection after many, many births of practice, he attains the supreme goal. So, sincere endeavor, making further progress. Then gradually he'll be washed of this thing, dirt, and he will achieve perfection. Okay, read the purport.
A person born in a particular righteous, aristocratic, or sacred family becomes conscious of his favorable condition for executing yoga practice. With determination, therefore, he begins his unfinished task, and thus he completely cleanses himself of all material contamination. When he is finally free from all contamination, he attains the supreme perfection. Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness is the perfect stage of a being freed of all contamination. This is confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita 7.28. Yesham to antagatam papam janamam punya karmanam te dvandva moho nirmukta bhajante mam vrata. After many births of executing pious activities, when one is completely freed from all contaminations and from all illusory dualities, one becomes engaged in transcendental loving service of the Lord. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Om Tat Sat. Thank you very much, Om Govinda Rai Prabhu. So here, so first the person next he will be born in that particular family. Then he knows the situation is arranged for him. All he can continue where he can continue, and naturally he will not have any interest to ritualistic performance and all. He will automatically have interest to the execution of yoga practice further only. Then with the determination, therefore he will continue. It'll like nurture, nourished, so that he will continue with determination. Internet connection is unstable. Okay, so now he will do it with more intensity because the intention is more stronger, and over a period of 2 or 3 lifetimes it becomes stronger and stronger and stronger because he is helped both materially to settle down in comfort situation to continue the yogic process. Second, he will be given favorable situation to continue. So both of that is nourishing him. So he's going to, when at last, when he's cleaned of all contamination, he will attain supreme perfection, which is Krishna consciousness. So even the other yogis, they have to progress, and the supreme perfection is possible only in Krishna consciousness. See, you understand this. Okay, how the world is, how everything is created. You see, spiritual world is there, and we have material world. Material world is not our place. We are not, we doesn't belong to matter. We are spirit soul, we belong to spiritual world. So that is our home. Okay, so the Paramatma feature is available only in the material world. So realizing Paramatma will also not satisfy you. One person is trying and realizing Paramatma, still he will search for more. So that is not ultimate goal. And a person, he transcends material and he hates material and he just gets out and enters into Brahmajyoti, where all the spiritual planets like Goloka, Vaikuntha, everything is floating in a spiritual sky, and the sky is Brahmajyoti. And the effulgence which is coming out of Krishna's body also becomes that particular sky. Okay, now the sky he will hang around. Unless somebody has love on Narayana, Krishna, Vishnu, he cannot enter into any planets. So after hanging in the sky, like impersonalist, And he cannot, as an impersonal form, he cannot be, because he has to have either material form or he has to have spiritual form. Otherwise, he will feel uneasy, because activity is a symptom of the soul. Consciousness is a symptom of the soul. So he can never be inactive. So he is not qualified to enter into spiritual world, because he has not developed love for God. Love for God, love for Krishna, that is the qualification to enter into spiritual planets, and he is not having it. So only Sat potency he has realized. So from Brahma Jyoti he is going to fall down. Now back into material world, and he will do aristocratic activities. And then later he will come across an association with some pure devotee. Like Lord Chaitanya went to Varanasi, he met Mayavadi sannyasis, and everybody became a devotee. They started chanting Hare Krishna mantra. Gradually they also feel the taste of love of God, and they also enter into Goloka. So there is some point, at one point, when they meet a pure devotee anytime, ब्रह्मांड भ्रमिते कोनो भाग्यवान जीव गुरु कृष्ण प्रसादे पाई भक्ति लता बीज. Brahmanda Brahmite Kono Bhagyavanji. The Brahmanda is there, that many planetary systems are there, and here and there and here and there is traveler, great traveler. We are all so much traveling people. We are traveling into 14 planetary system here and there, but within this universe only. Brahmanda Brahmite, in that roaming around millions and millions and millions, look around you, look at the grass, look at the germs, look at the so many living entities are there. So many living entities. How many trees are there in the forest? How many go into a hill and you will see how many small grass onwards. How many living entities are there? Animals are there, fishes are there, aquatics. So many 84 lakh species or varieties. Within each of the variety, there is millions and millions of population. Each of these varieties have millions of population. So many souls in that. Kono Bhagyavan Jeev. There is some favor, some Bhagyavan, some fortunate person. Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Lata Beach. Guru, by Guru and Krishna's mercy. Mostly pure devotees' mercy. Guru Krishna Prasade Pai. Then he gets some mercy. Mercy is also called Prasad. Bhakti Lata Beach. He will get the, by initiation process, he will get the seed of devotional service within his heart. Sown in the heart, which will grow as a creeper and touch the spiritual world and yield the fruits and flowers in the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. So this is Kono Bhagyavan Jeev Guru Krishna Prasade Bhai Bhakti Lata. So the persons, such persons have to. So it's not ultimate. Either Brahman realization not ultimate and Paramatma realization is not ultimate. Only when somebody turns into Krishna conscious, he'll be satisfied. So he has to go further. Full contamination is gone. Even contamination, considering oneself to be body or getting liberation, desire for liberation, are all gone. In pure state, pure devotion service manifests. So Krishna consciousness is the perfect stage of being freed from all contamination. This is a very nice verse which is coming in the next chapter about the Bhakti Yoga. Yesham tvav antakatam pabam jananam punya karmanam te tvantva moha nirmukta jante mam drida. So with the determined, drida virada means with the determination. If somebody is going to do bhajante imam, they will do worship of Krishna. Yesham tvam antagatam pabam. Anta means at the end, he will be keep on be doing at the anta, the end, he will have many births of executing pious activities when one is completely freed from all contamination. So even Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Siddhi Yoga is considered contamination. Okay? Contamination. Why? Pure means there's no mixture. Pure devotional service means just to do bhakti. Kevala bhakti. Kevala bhakti means just do bhakti. Don't try to make it like a jnani. Don't make it like a yogi as an austere process, so that you are dirtifying or contaminating. When do you say something is pure? Like milk is pure. Pure milk. No, I'm putting honey. Still it is impure. It is not no more pure milk. It loses the status of pure milk because you mixed something. They mix coffee, tea. It is no more milk. You cannot call it milk anymore. Same way, devotion is also very pure. When you don't mix karma or jnana, that process of devotional service, and purely execute only devotional service. So, it's very, very, everything is, all the contamination is removed, including Sarvo Upadir Vinirmuktam Tatparatvena Nirmalam Rishikena Rishikesa. Before that, there is one verse which is like a definition of bhakti, nectar of devotion. What is that called? Anyabhilashitasunnyam jnana karmadi anavritam anikulena krishnanusilanam bhakti ruchyate. So what is the bhakti? Definition of bhakti is nothing but simple. Anya abhilashita sunyam, desire for liberation, desire for knowledge, desire for liberation from material bondage, liberation for material desires, sorry, desire for material comfort, whatever it is. Anya abhilashita sunyam, even jnana desire, yoga desire should not be there. To achieve siddhi, to achieve powers, to achieve perfection in controlling the elements, nothing, no desires. Anya abhilashita sunyam. Jnana karmadi anavritam. Jnana and karma anavritam. They should also be not there. Anukulena Krishna Anusilam. Favorably discharging devotional service to Krishna. That is what devotional service. So then he will start engaged in the transcendental loving service. See, a yogi comes after many lifetimes, he will come to the state. Jnani also many lifetimes. But as devotees, somehow by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, we all are coming to know what is Krishna consciousness, what is devotional service. Okay. There is a gradation which is given here. I think we can do this. 6.46 Bhagavad Gita. Repeat. Tavasibhyo adhiko yogi.
Tapasibhyo
Tapasibhyo
adhiko
adhiko
yogi.
yogi.
Jnanibhyopi matodhika.
Jnanibhyopi matodhika.
Matodhika.
Karmibhyas chadiko yogi.
Karmebhyas
Adhiko yogi.
Tasmat yogi bhavarjuna.
Tasmad
yogi
yogi
bhavarjuna.
Okay. So I am giving you an exercise. I'm going to divide you into two groups. Go out and read this paragraph and come back to me. Only 10 minutes I'll give you, not much, only one paragraph. Already I have taken you class about yoga ladder. You have to come back and explain this in a proper way, linking this to the yoga ladder. Okay. So quickly I'm going here. Exactly, not even 1 minute I'll give you, more than 10 minutes. Okay. Randomly I'm dividing it into two groups. How many of you are there? 9 are there? Two groups. 2 or 3. 3 groups I'll divide. Where is the table rooms? Okay. 2, 3. Assign automatically. Create. Akarshak Sri Hari Prabhu, Jagannath Jivapalak Prabhu, Om Govindrai Prabhu is in one room. Abhiram Mangal Prabhu, Ayan Mandal Prabhu, and Sumedha are in one room. Jayalakshmi and Navneet Govinda are in one room. Oh, Govinda Prabhu is in one room. Okay. This is automatically, it is arranged. Okay, anyway, that doesn't matter. Come back with the explanation of this purport along with the yoga ladder explanation I give you. Connect both that and come back. Okay. Your time starts now. I will add some options. Not 20 minutes, 10 minutes. Okay, you will get a countdown after closing. Broken on 1 minute you will get. Okay. Put the chat box. Chat. Yes. அது வாட்ஸ்அப்ல போய் அதை பேஸ்ட் பண்ணிக்கோங்க. இல்லை நாளைக்கு டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணிக்கலாம்னு சொல்லிட்டா முடிச்சோம், நான் அவங்களே பண்ணிக்கிட்டேன். 20 நிமிஷம். வெரி வெரி இம்பார்ட்டன்ட். ப்ளீஸ், எனக்கு கொஞ்சம் நேரம் அமைச்சது, கண்ணெல்லாம் வலிக்குது. ஒரே நிமிஷம், எங்கேயோ போகணும்னு நினச்சேனே. Muted.
हरे कृष्ण माता जी।
Wait, I will put you in the room. Which room you were in? Sorry.
One one
Room one. Okay,
Indira,
okay. I
yes.
will assign you, assign you. Mm. Hare Krishna. The sloka is put in the WhatsApp group. இப்படி பண்ணுவா. Hare Krishna. The sloka, the translation and purport is put in the WhatsApp group. Have a look. Because it was too big, it didn't fit in the chat. Chat also is there partially. But in the WhatsApp group, the sloka and the translation, translation and purport is there. Use that. Hare Krishna. Hari Bol, Hare Krishna. Where are the others? Where are the others here? I closed the room. Okay. Team 1.
Is the team one? Okay, I should have continued.
எங்க பயன்படுது இது?
I mean, are we the team one? I don't know. Akarshak Prabhu?
Yes, yes, we are the team one.
Yeah, we are. Okay. So, okay, Hare Krishna. So, yeah, this purport has a very interesting lines. I mean, of the yoga ladder. So, here, uh, the purport explains about the yoga ladder, how it works. The ladder starts from Karma Yoga, then Jnana Yoga, then Dhyana Yoga, and then Bhakti Yoga. So I will just in brief, I will say what Karma Yoga means. Karma in inverted comma, yoga through action. So like one begins, offering the fruits and their actions to God, but without attachment. That is the initial point, and this leads to purification and detachment. Uh, then it comes to Gnan Yoga. Here it is very short in written, but we have bifurcate like Karma Yoga, like yoga through action, then Gnana Yoga, like yoga through knowledge. That one seeks liberation. I mean, the through some empirical knowledge. Here it is written. We can say also philosophical knowledge, studying the scriptures, and that is the Gnana Yoga. Then it comes to the Dhyan Yoga, that is yoga through meditation, or we can say maybe Ashtanga Yoga, meditation on the Paramatma within the heart, that is super soul, what they do. Not exactly Ashtanga Yoga, that is a different thing, but through meditation process. And then come the Bhakti Yoga. In meditation also involves a great control of body and mind, that is uh, a part of meditation. And then comes the Bhakti Yoga, that is yoga through devotion, which is the topmost, and direct devotion to the Krishna service and to love the Krishna. Not only merges the action, knowledge, and meditation, but also transcends them through surrender, which means, and it is the surrender part that is Bhakti Yoga. So, but the main thing is we can conclude that yoga ladder teaches that Bhakti Yoga is the, we can say, culmination and essence of all spiritual paths. While other yogas help purify and prepare the soul, which we understood today's session that we are preparing, and then we move on to the Bhakti Yoga, but only through the devotion, uh, by the blessings of the, pure beings, the devotees of the Lord. And the main conclusion part, Akashak Prabhu will add. Akashak Prabhuji.
Govinda just explained means what are the different yogas. So also in this verse we just see that how from the fruitive karma yoga or the fruitive workers the gyanis are greater, and from the gyanis we see that how the means uh, uh, dhyanis or means who do meditation or strong yogas are greater, because we just really have see that how we are just means progressing in linking more closer with the Krishna. So means yoga especially means linking. So we just seeing that gradually we are more getting more and more closer. We are able to understand more and more closer. So ultimately that is Bhakti Yoga. So in which we perfectly in the our constitutional position linking with and doing devotional service to Krishna. So that is the highest. That is Bhakti Yoga. Thank you.
Oh, very good. Thank you very much. Okay, team two.
Hare Krishna Mataji. So, as the yoga leader is briefly here mentioned by Prabhupada, so Prabhupada has explained that the Karma Yoga, which is predominantly is fruitive activities, is fruitive activities is a waste of time that because it is without Krishna consciousness. Okay, so then Prabhupada also explained that the Jnana Yoga, predominantly the empirical knowledge, is also useless because we are in that empirical knowledge, we are not surrendering unto Krishna, we are just grasping the knowledge. Okay, so it is also imperfect. Then asceticism, like the austerities. So austerities without self-knowledge is also imperfect, which is belongs to which we are doing in Ashtanga Yoga. So Prabhupada mentioned like Ashtanga Yoga by doing through austerity is also imperfect because we are not knowing who are we or without we didn't have any the self knowledge. Okay. Then Prabhupada explained like Bhakti Yoga. So Bhakti Yoga is in full knowledge, like it is mentioned predominantly devotional relationship with the Supreme Lord. Okay, so Bhakti is the ultimate perfection of all yogas because in this Bhakti Yoga only we know the spiritual, we get the spiritual knowledge and we know our relationship with Krishna. Yeah. Yes, Mataji. So it is a very brief discussion, so I made it like this.
Okay.
Yeah, Mataji.
Anybody else in your team want to say something? Or this is a conclusion?
Conclusion, Mataji. Yeah.
Okay, very good. Team three.
Who is team 3? Mataji, I don't know if it is as we can go.
What happened between Navanita and Jayalakshmi?
No, Mataji, I don't know if it is us in the
We
team
thought
3.
our team's fourth team. So
Okay.
Four team. Only three.
Go ahead, please.
Okay. I
Go,
think one of you is
Jayashree.
third team, one of you is fourth team.
No,
You
Mataji.
individually want to present, I understand.
No, that's what I was asking her, but yeah, please go ahead.
So, in this purport, the yoga is referred as linking a conscious with the Supreme Lord. So, when we compare it with the ladder, before the beginning lies the Karma Yoga, where the linking happens only with the fruitive activities. So, the person just does the fruitive work based on the rituals prescribed in the scriptures. Then begins the beginning of the ladder where describes where Lord describes about the Jnana Yoga, where the linking of consciousness happens with the knowledge alone, and there is no surrender. So that is also imperfect. Then comes the Dhyana Yoga, where the linking happens uh, with the atheism, that is without self-knowledge, the Ashtanga Shuddhi Yoga. So that is also imperfect. So next comes the Bhakti Yoga, where there is with knowledge and surrender to the Supreme Lord. So that is the highest form of yoga, where the linking of our consciousness with the Supreme Lord. So that is what is explained. Navneet Prabhuji, you can take forward.
Mataji, in the yoga ladder, previously what we saw was Karma Yoga, then Jnana Yoga, then Ashtanga Yoga and Bhakti Yoga. Here, what we observed little different is Bhakti Yoga is not mentioned. Yoga is mentioned in the sloka. And within the explanations given why Bhakti Yoga is not mentioned, saying that Krishna mentions yoga, and uh, then we say that yoga is greater than Ashtanga, Ashtanga greater than Jnana greater than Karma Yoga, where there is for each of this there is an attachment. Karma, there is an attachment to fruitive activities. Jnana, there is attachment to knowledge and knowledge or getting the knowledge. And Ashtanga, there is attachment to the aesthetism. But each of it is imperfect because it is not attached to Krishna, but yoga is attached to Krishna. And why Bhakti Yoga is not mentioned was trying to be explained, saying that when it is yoga and when it is attached to Krishna, when we talk yoga, Bhakti Yoga is much, much higher than the yoga that we are talking here. One. Second, for each of it, there is some secret that I try to understand, but maybe what is trying to be linked is each of this yoga process, it is incomplete and it can get complete by attaching to Krishna rather than attaching to something else, whatever the three attachments that I said. That is what I understood, Mataji.
Okay, thank you very much. That's even more little deeper. Yes, so all the three teams have worked correctly. Certain aspect, as Navneet Prabhu said, I would highlight here. The main thing is the Bhakti Yoga comprises of all the other yoga system. And second, all the other yoga system will also become successful only with the connection of Bhakti Yoga. That's all. So when the linking process is predominantly fruitive activity, this all of you said, it's called Karma Yoga. Fine. When empirical knowledge, then it is Jnana Yoga. That is fine. And devotional relationship is to the Supreme, but very, very simple to understand. That you see here, very simple. What is the first line? Yoga means linking conscious with the absolute truth. Absolute truth is Krishna. Okay. So if you link with Krishna, it is called yoga. Now the question is, you link with fruitive activity, you link with knowledge, you link with asceticism. Asceticism means we also austerity. Already somebody told, was that Iron Mandal Prabhu or somebody was telling Abhiram, austerity, right? So you are not attached to Krishna. Then how can you call it a complete yoga? The person who's attached to fruitive activity, predominating with fruitive activity is an incomplete yoga. How? Because yoga means linking with the Supreme Lord, not linking with fruitive activity. And when there is an empirical knowledge, the empirical knowledge is predominating. That means there is, but actually only in devotional service, there is a connection with the Supreme Lord established. So the word yoga is perfectly suiting only for the Bhakti Yoga. Yoga means linking with the Supreme Lord. Other processes are linking, of course, we're trying to link, but through attachment to something else. So Bhakti Yoga or Krishna consciousness is the ultimate perfection of all the yogas. One thing we should understand, Bhakti Yoga is not highest of all the yogas. There are many yoga system. Of all the yoga system, Bhakti Yoga is the highest. No. Bhakti Yoga is the culmination point. Inside the Bhakti Yoga, all the yogas are already embedded. So the Lord has confirmed here in the superiority yoga, not mentioned that it is better than Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga is full spiritual knowledge. Therefore, nothing can excel it. It is the topmost. And asceticism without self-knowledge is imperfect. Somebody is following very serious austerity without knowing that they are spirit soul. It's a waste. Somebody is doing dhyana or meditation without knowing that they are the spirit soul. That is a waste. Empiric knowledge without surrendering to the Supreme Lord, learning, discussing, vada pradivada of the scriptures, everything is a waste without surrendering to the Supreme Lord. And fruiting work without Krishna consciousness is also fruit. Without Krishna consciousness, if somebody tries to do fruitive work, that is also waste of time. Therefore, the highly praised form of yoga performance mentioned here is Bhakti Yoga. And the next verse, here one time, next verse is told by Prabhupada. that the most highly prized yoga performance mentioned here is Bhakti Yoga, and Krishna is praising, is going to praise. The Lord has confirmed here in superiority of yoga, where is telling that once again. Is the ultimate perfection of Bhakti Yoga or Krishna consciousness, the ultimate perfection of yoga will be explained in the next verse. Okay, so the next verse is the culmination of all the 6 chapters which you have studied now. What is the culmination of that six chapters? Is this one verse. This is also your memory verse, and you have to memorize this. So I request you at home, you memorize this before you come, because you are going to have only one exercise after tomorrow's this discussion. After that, you're going to prepare for your model exam from first chapter to sixth chapter, and a module exam. That is the important final exam. You had very, very simple test for every chapter, but it will not be like that. It will be proper philosophical analysis of sixth chapter subjects, first 6 chapters. So become ready and come like Ishopanishad, the exam we had. Something serious, something proper understanding. Same way, introduction to Bhagavad Gita, we had a serious exam. Same way, this is the 3rd exam which you're going to face. So I'll give you a week time or something for preparation. When you're ready, you inform and it will be open for you. So yoginam api sarvesham madgatir andaratmanah Shraddhavan bhajate yomam sameyukta tamomataha. All the yogis, bhakti yogis, the topmost is boldly declared by the Supreme Lord Krishna. And he's going to explain from 7th chapter onwards till 12th chapter the Bhakti Yoga process. So, beginning for the Bhakti Yoga process at the end of 6th chapter, which is Dhyana Yoga, which is rejected by Krishna, rejected by Arjuna. And then Krishna is telling of all the yogis, the one with great faith, who always abides in me. Adav Shraddha, Tata Sadhu Sangha, faith is Shraddha. Who abides in me, thinks of me within himself, and renders transcendental loving service unto me. Only devotees do this. Karmis, yogis, jnanis, nobody does this. So he is the most intimately united with me in yoga. And is the highest of all, and that is my opinion. So Krishna himself is putting bhakti in the top of the yoga ladder, and he's telling that is the most important. So we will see this verse purport tomorrow. It's a kind of little longer purport because it's really a culmination of which yoga system is better. In India, we see various kinds of people practicing various things. You can see when you go to Kumbh Mela, or you can see any Himalayas you go, so people get attracted when somebody takes into dedication to search for himself, to search for God. Certainly he attracts. The renunciation is also one of the opulence of Krishna. When somebody either renounces, people get attracted by renunciation, or people see the transcendentalist and they wonder what he knows. Maybe he knows some truth, he will tell me, like that. So of all those kind of yogis, who is the topmost is explained in the 6th chapter, end last verse. And that is your Magga verse. Read the sloka and translation. Try to give it in your group, sloka group. At the same time, learn it and come tomorrow. We'll discuss. Any questions or comments related to today? Tomorrow we are concluding the 6th chapter. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, as there are no questions or comments, we'll end here. We'll offer our loving, respectful obeisances unto all the Vaishnava devotees, starting from Guru Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Gaura Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, and Narottam Das Thakur, Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami, and Baladev Vidya Bhushan, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, and then our dear 6 Goswamis, Sri Rupa Sanatana Bhatta Raghunath, Sri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raghunath, Shara Goswami Prabhus, and their spiritual masters, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his associate, Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, Advaita Acharya, Gadadhar Pandit, and Sri Vas Thakur, and all the Vaishnava Vrind associated with them, and beg for their mercy so that we can enter into the Bhakti Yoga portion of Bhagavad Gita and understand it successfully and implement it successfully and please the Acharya Parampara and Krishna. Thank you very much. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai.
Jai.
Vancha kalpatarubhyascha
Kutrubhyascha kripa
Sindhu
eva cha patitanam
Patitanam
pavanebhyo
Vaishnavebhyo
vaishnavebhyo
Namo
namo
Namah.
namah.
Okay, Jai Srila Prabhupada, Jai Guru Maharaj. Thank you very much. See you tomorrow. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hey,
Krishna.
read the sloka and purport and sloka and come. Purport if possible.